Hello everyone. So let me share the slide. Hold a second. So hello everyone again. So I'm Makino, the chairman of Hardware Startup Consortium and the CEO of Monozukuri Ventures. It's a pleasure to have the Monozukuri Hardware Cup 2021. Let me introduce Monozukuri Hardware Cup. We established the consortium 4 years ago to support hardware startup and to make the ecosystem in Japan. The Monozukuri Hardware Cup is one of our activities and semi-final of the Hardware Cup in Pittsburgh. The one of the world's biggest hardware competition in the world. When we started the activity, everybody said it's tough to make the ecosystem and nobody believed it's made in Kansai. But we challenged the problem. The first Monozukuri Hardware Cup was organized in 2017 in Hack Osaka of Osaka City. Since then, we continued the event and this year is the 5th time and it's amazing. Moreover, there was happy news. The winner of 2017 QD Laser was published this February, and the Toyota and the winner of 2018, the Toyota, that raised money from my fund. The startups that joined Hardware Cup achieved many results. I believe we can build the ecosystem certainly the step by step. By the way, the COVID-19 has been spread since last March. It was a big damage for startups, in particular for hardware startups. We considered whether we can hold the event or not this year. When we were just about to give up, Kyoto City supported and encouraged us to try it. Kyoto was selected as a startup ecosystem in Japan last year and strongly pushed and support the startups. Kyoto Startup Map is one of the outcomes. You can find the startups and supporter in Kyoto City, Kyoto, very easily. Anyway, we should not stop and should break the circumstance. So we decided to have the event online. Honestly, it's hard to contact startups, but finally, 15 startups applied to the event, and today 8 selected startups come here. I'm very happy to be able to face this day. Thank you very much. Last, I want to introduce the sponsors. First is Kyoto Research Park. They are one of the biggest science park in Japan. Next is Kyoto Shinyo Kinko. They profess the community bank and support entrepreneurs. Next is CrossTech Management. They are the organization that promote industry academia collaborations. Last is Monozukuri Nihon Conference. They are the information platform for Japanese manufacturing companies. I want to appreciate the sponsors for the event again. Last, and the very end, I want to introduce today's staff. Imahori-san of Nikkan Kogyo Shimbun and Maeda-san and Amanda of Monozukuri Ventures. They prepared everything and overcame the tough situation. Please give a big hand to them. Anyway, please enjoy today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Makino-san. So now I explain today's contest and the rules. This is a pitch contest for hardware startups. Each startup has 4 minutes to make your pitches. And then after that, 5 minutes, judges have a Q&A time. And then when I call the speaker's name, speakers, please turn on your mic and the camera and then start the pitches. And then after you finish, please turn off your camera and the mic. So when, we will ring a bell once, 1 minute before timeout. And then when time is over, we will ring a bell again. Oh. So when speakers hear the second bell, please stop your speaking as soon as possible. During the contest, unfortunately, thank you very much. During the contest, unfortunately, audience doesn't have a chance to ask questions to speakers directly. However, don't worry. We have an after party on Zoom from 1 p.m. So at that time, you have a chance to talk to them directly. So today, we have special judges. Today's main judge is Paul Yonase, the chairman and the CEO of Central Pacific Financial Corp. Paul-san.
Hi.
Hi. So could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Last name is Yonamine.
Yonamine. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I'd like to, first thank all the organizers, Monozukuri Ventures and Dentsu, for asking me to participate as a judge today. I'm very honored to do that along with Mr. Murakami and Mr. Kuzuryu. I am currently chairman and chief executive officer of Central Pacific Bank, which is based in Honolulu, Hawaii. We are a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. I'm also the chairman of the board of the U.S.-Japan Council, which supported the Tomodachi Initiative after the Tohoku earthquake 10 years ago. Prior to Central Pacific Bank, I was president of IBM Japan, Hitachi Consulting, and KPMG Consulting Japan and Asia Pacific. I'm currently on the board of directors of the Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation of Japan. And I'm very much looking forward to hearing more from each of the participating organizations today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Yonamine-san. So next judge is Norio Murakami, a former CEO of Google Japan. Murakami-san.
Hi.
Thank you very much. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, everybody. My name is Norio Murakami. I'm now working for a couple of startup company in ICT area as a board member. I used to be, or I was vice president of Google Inc. And president of Google Japan Inc. 10 years ago. I started with Google in year 2003 and retired from Google about 10 years ago. I'm very happy to be invited to as one of the judge to listen the Monozukuri startup in Japan, 8 companies who are present their work, and I am very pleased to listen their pitch today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So next last judge is Yuichiro Kuzuryu, the CEO of Claytech. Kuzuryu-san, hello.
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 Everybody. So first of all, thank you for this occasion. So to be honest, this is my first time for acting as a judges. This kind of concept. Yeah, but I believe in the judges. So I can comment as I'm purely engineering side. So I mean, I was some CTO of some startup company, and also I used to work in the US company and also Japanese big company, and also some startups. Now I'm working as a CEO, and I'm supporting some startups, and also sometimes work as an advisor for some big and middle-sized of companies, and also work as a board members. So today I'm really happy and also exciting. So I get a list of some today's 8 companies, and I check the website. So they have a very exciting technology, I know. So today, so you guys also relax, and I'm very happy to comment and make a discussion with you guys. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kuzuryu-san. So now we start pitches. Speakers, are you ready? Everybody okay? Okay, great. Unfortunately, nobody here, so everybody online, 2021. So, but I believe everybody is okay. Okay. So, the first speaker is Serendix partner, CTO Kaito Ogata. Ogata-san, are you here? Okay, great. Hello, ready?
Hello. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay,
please.
so please start your pitch.
Okay. Just a moment, please.
Okay, sure. Now
I'm sharing the screen.
Okay, when you are okay, please make a comment. We start a stopwatch.
Okay.
Okay, now, great.
Yes.
Start.
Already started?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm Ogata from Serendix Partners. I make a presentation on Sphere Building House in 24 hours. CEO, created the latest EV car in the world. Next, create the world's most advanced house. This is our future. Can you really keep paying 30 years mortgages? We only live once to live freely. The biggest enemy of freedom is the house. Serendix is going to reinvent the house. 3D printer create the house. 100 square meter, $30,000. Buy a house like buy a car. Sphere has durable to natural disasters. The most strongest shape of house. Generally, it's necessary to use a skeleton structure like reinforcing bar when you build a building with 3D printer. However, the shape of sphere is spherical, so that the building itself makes structure without skeleton. Masayuki Sono's architect. He is making progress on Mars colonization project with NASA. We adapt 10 technological products for realizing sphere. First prototype, 10 square meter sphere is manually made in this year. After verification test of prototype, we are going to purchase a 3D printer from United States. We create 100 square meter sphere for living in 2022. We step to the world on Osaka Kansai Expo in 2025. In the future, we aim for realize the world's most advanced super city. competitors, there is no house manufacturer using 3D printer in Japan. The world is still an extension of general house. No need my explanation. Living market is huge. Profit model is sales of house. Building cost is 10% since using concrete. CEO, created the latest EV car in the world. COO, Honda, 5th time serial entrepreneur. On the other day, we held a press release in Japan, but it's announced to the other 12 countries. The world is waiting for the sphere. One company's technology is limited. The progress is achieved when we work together. Already 11 companies joined our consortium. Serendix gets rid of housing wrong from everyone. Get a freedom. Freedom. Close your eyes. What do you want to? A job, what really wanted. A dream, what really wanted. Spend more time with a family. Get a freedom, you challenge. Get the freedom, you choose. If housing wrong be gone, what do you want to do? Realize your freedom. Pitch in with Sophia Project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ogata-san.
Hey.
So now we start the Q&A time.
Hey.
Judges, please ask your questions.
May I ask? This is Norio.
Nice to see you.
Do you think still the people want to own house or just share the house? Which is the most majority of the people's behavior regarding house in the future? What is your opinion or your expectations? That is the first question. And the second question is, did you create any regulation of building? You know, there are lots of, red tape process to get approval of authority to make that 3D printed building as a, house, house.
Yeah.
I don't know it is house or not, but anyway, that is the second question.
Okay. The first question I will answer it. Everyone want a house, and our target is not only rich people, but everyone who want a house. And the first question is okay.
They want to own or they want to share. Which do you think the majority of the people's behavior regarding house?
Okay. I think everyone want to own the house, and they also if they want to live everywhere. So if they live one place, they own one place, and if they move. If they want to move, they will move, and the owned house will be shared with the other people.
I see.
Okay, and the second question is about the regulation, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's not problem in present law when you build any buildings if it's less than 10 square meter. Our first prototype Sphere 10 square meter is also less than 10 square meter. So the regulation is no problem. And even more 10 square meter, for example, we realize 100 square meter Sphere can be also built with acquiring ministerial certification. So the building law is not problem for us.
I see. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question. I just wanted to get some clarification. So you do need a 3D printing equipment for this. And if I recall, you went through it very quickly, but I think it was somewhere around $200,000 or $300,000, if I recall. So how many of these units do you need to build in any specific area to be able to produce it at $30,000 per sphere?
Sorry, can you ask again? Now,
Sure. So I think in your presentation, you mentioned that you had to spend about $200,000 or $300,000 for the 3D printing equipment. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So how many spheres do you need to make in any specific area so that you can produce it at $30,000 per sphere?
There is no problem to choose the price. About the price, right? Specific.
Pricing. Right.
Price, not price.
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 Right.
Yes, the 3D printer's price is going down. 5 years, 10 years ago, it was $1 million, but now $200,000. And we are looking for the investors to invest to buy 3D printer. And now we also have had a meeting with 3D printers company in the United States.
Okay. I think we're out of time, so that's fine. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now 5 minutes finished. So Ogata-san, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So next speaker is Magic Shields CEO Hiroshi Shimomura.
Hi.
Shimomura-san, you here? Okay, great. Hi. Are you ready?
Yes.
Great. Please start your pitch.
Okay. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm Hiroshi Shimomura, the CEO of Magic Sales Incorporated. In order to prevent fractures caused by falls in the elderly, we've developed a special floor called Yawa. It stays hard when you walk on it, but it's soft when you fall on it. Let me first introduce myself. I was at Yamaha Motor until last year and designed the motorcycles like this. With this automotive collision technology, I will innovate the floor. Fractures caused by falls in the elderly are often fatal. In fact, my grandmother was bedridden because of fractures. In her later years, she died saying, "I want to die early. I want to die early." The number of accidents is increasing rapidly today. It has doubled since 2000, and the number is 1 million people every year in Japan. It is one of the major causes of long-term care. It costs 2 trillion yen a year only for femur fractures in Japan. It is one of the world's serious problems that must be solved right now. The target priorities like this, especially in the rehabilitation world, 1 in 6 people has fallen. In places like this, of course, there have been countermeasures. However, they are not easy to use or their effect is insufficient. As a result, people continue to fall and break bones. And tatami mats and carpets can't prevent fractures. So we have developed a special floor called Koroyawa. It stays hard when walking on it, but it's soft when you fall on it. The principle uses the concept of mechanical metamaterials. As you can see, when the right forces is applied, the internal structure changes significantly, its hardness changes greatly. We have applied for 4 patents. Koroyawa reduces the impact by about half compared to flooring. In addition, we keep the load below the standard for osteoplastic femur fractures. Currently, we are in joint research with Nagoya University. So you can see how it is absorbed. When you drop a flower pot on the regular floor, it breaks like this. But when you drop a flower pot on Koroyawa, it bounces like a deflated ball and will not break. Koroyawa has the same working stability as regular flooring. Currently, we are in joint research with Fujita Medical University and walking the cane or using a wheelchair, but Koroyawa doesn't get dented. In short, Koroyawa is the world's first floor to combine sufficient shock absorption and sufficient stability in walking. This is an example of actual use. Use it in 26 cases. There are more than 30 falls. There are no bruises or broken bones. And the head nurse and the patient said, Koroyawa is great. As a next step, we'd like to develop the monitoring service in conjunction with Koroyawa. We'll also develop new materials that reduce sound and vibration. And this is our founding team. We are a team of ex-MBA engineers and physical therapists who are Globis MBA graduates. Finally, 1 in 3 elderly people has fallen. In other words, if you include your family members, all of you are affected. But don't worry, we are here to protect you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. So now, for the Q&A time, judges, please start your questions.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Can I? Yeah. Thank you for your presentation. So first of all, I used to work in Yamaha Motor, only 2 years, but so, I have experience in this kind of nursing care area. We sell the product. So from my experience, they have many bunch of serious issues, but they have also financial issue. So you said Koroyawa is great, but we don't need this. Maybe they said. So what is your strategy to solve that kind of issue?
Usually the hospitals buy the current sponge mats, and they have the cost for those sponge mats, and our product cost is almost same as the current sponge mats.
Oh,
and,
that's great.
And we can reduce the works for nurses. So we can sell these products.
But I think they have to spend the replacement cost. I mean, just not only for the material, the replacement cost. How do you think about that?
I think there are no replacement costs because this is the use cases. Just place.
Oh, just place.
Yes. It same as tatami mat.
Oh, thank you. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
This is Norio Murakami. May I ask a question? I missed the basic physics or dynamics of this product. You explained that this product only reacts a kind of a pulse force, impact force, not a gradual force. What you explained also with the chart, the mechanism. Yes, this how this can only react impulse type of force instead of gradual force.
Yeah, and it depends on the load. So if on the really heavy things, it little bit dent. So, for example, X-ray machines, mobile X-ray machines, if you put on the floor,
react.
Yes.
But these, for example, in hospital, the bed has of course, weight, but that gradual weight force doesn't create any reaction from this floor.
Yes. For example, you can see in this hospital it uses the electrical bed with small casters. The floor a little bit bent. But if you remove the bed, the floor back.
I see this example showing that way. I see. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So we move to the next speakers. Next speaker is Cyborg CEO, now Nita. Nita-san.
Hi, I'm Nita. I'm going to share my screen now.
Great. Is everything okay?
Yes, I think so. So now, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see. So please start your pitch.
Let's get started. So today I'm going to talk about the problem of the early cancer diagnosis, and we are going to solve it with AI and cells. I'm a president of KK Cyborg, and now Nita. Well, so many people think that early cancer diagnosis followed by early treatment is a better solution. However, there's a problem of the sensitivity and specificity trade-off. That is, when people try to find cancer in early stage, people try to increase sensitivity of the diagnosis so as to find tiny cancer in early stage. But in many cases, that sacrifices the specificity, which in turn increase the false positives and then cause the overscreening issue. So what's the overscreening issue? So test like a early cancer diagnosis, it's designed to be applied for many people, so thousands or millions of people. In such a case, a small amount of false positives causes a lot of problem. For example, it causes increased cost, explanation cost for doctors, and it increases anxiety for patients with false positives. And also it increases medical costs, and also sacrifice the quality of overall medical care at the end. So that's why early cancer diagnosis is difficult in practical settings. So our solution here is that we are going to break this sensitivity specificity trade-off by our technology of AI and cell biology. So we are going to achieve both sensitivity and specificity by examining each cell one by one individually and precisely. So this is an overall picture of our solution. So first, we have our own fully automated microscope system called SIGI, which takes a lot of specimens and generates a lot of image data of cancer cells. And we have our AI solution to find cancers and then show it for doctors for AI-assisted diagnosis. And also, this AI can also be performed in our own cell sorter to isolate single cells of cancers for further analysis. So by doing all diagnosis in cell-based, so single cell-based, we get higher specificity and also get higher sensitivity by part quick solution. So this is our value chain. So we have shared technology to get this from cell to utilization. So we have technology for high-speed imaging to patent it. We have data management system, edge cloud. We have big data and AI. And also we have patent for classification, viewer, and also cell sorter. So our growth story, we are going to follow Illumina, so gene analysis platform strategy. So we are going to be platformer in cell analysis. And we try to be grow. We are going to grow by following the growth of this cell analysis market. And this is our team. It's a good combination of business and also engineers from hardware to software, young to old. And this is our Monozukuri. So just yesterday we got.
Thank you very much.
Sorry,
Sorry, second very long. Sorry about that. So now, judges, please ask your questions.
I'll start off first. So, so basically you're going to be using AI to match the cell samples with your cytology database. You said you had 2,000 in the database. Is that enough? 2,000? It seems that you would need a more robust database to use AI to diagnose on cancer. But can you comment a little more on that?
Yes, so each sample contains millions of cells. So it means 2,000 patients. So 2,000 patients, actually this is a real positive patient and also healthy donors. And each sample contains, so samples from patients, each sample contains more than, so like 10 or 20 cancer cells and or normal cells. So actually this is a good amount of data. And we also consulted a statistical professional to get a proper sample size. And then we get answer that 2,000 samples is good enough for our purpose. Actually, these 2,000 samples come from, actually we are collaborating with a large national cancer hospital in Japan. And they actually accumulated great amount of samples in last 10 years. So actually this 2,000 samples come from that last 10-year accumulation. And we picked a good combination of different cases.
Okay, thank you.
This is Norio Murakami. This is a Monozukuri hardware-oriented competition, right? So I will skip the software, from big data and deep learning, artificial intelligence diagnosis. So first, hardware, you the pitch is high-speed imaging. This is one, right? And what is the second one? Sorry, I couldn't make it clear.
Actually, we are purely a hardware-oriented company, but we are going to get into software. But so I'm going to briefly explain. So we have high-speed imaging to patent it, and also patent for cell sorter, which is a hardware to isolate cells based on AI decision. So AI find cancer cell, and this hardware isolate cancer cells. So we get cancers in your test tube. So actually, I used to work for Sony for like 8 years. That's a kind of hardware company. And in my opinion, in Japan, we have great hardware companies. But in the last 10 or 20 years, we couldn't take advantage of that technology. So actually, we want to make something like an iPhone or Kindle business. So we are going to provide hardware, but then we are going to get money through software. So Actually, we are hardware-oriented technology, but we are going to earn money through software. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay. The high speed you mentioned, how high in comparison with the currently available imaging, the machine?
But for this patent, actually, this patent was filed from based on the research results from University of Tokyo. And 2 years ago, it was published in paper, and it was a world fastest confocal imaging system. So world fastest. That's about this patent.
Thank you.
Can I comment? Yeah, I can understand, really understand the Murakami-san's confusion. So in the presentation, so you have a strongest point in the hardware side. So it's also you should push in the hardware strongness point. So everybody using AI, and also I'm also so then what is it? I also imagine your strongest point is the hardware side and not AI and big data. Big data is not, I feel it's not enough. But AI sales sorter must be great because you were in Sony. So I know the Sony sales sorter was great. So just a comment.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nita-san and the judges. So we move to the next speakers. Next speaker is Cambrian Robotics CEO Yuki Sato.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, great. So please start your pitch.
Okay, just a moment.
Sure. When you show the slide, we start the time.
Okay. Oops.
Okay, deep breathing.
It's okay, but this is the first time the presenting using the keynote.
Okay.
And from the Zoom. So let me share the only window. Okay.
Please.
Can you see my slides? Can you see my slides?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay. I start. Hello, everyone. I'm the CEO of the Cambrian Robotics. What we are doing is the IoT. So you may have the IoT devices like smart ceiling lights or smart power outlets, which can be controlled from your smartphones. Now, the 900 million devices are newly connected in every year. A developer, when a developer creates an IoT system, and then a developer can choose one of the two choices of the computers on the hardware. One is a microcomputer. It is very tiny and very low price, but it is hard to programming because the development tool are very legacy like C and C++. On the other hand, the highly integrated computer can be chosen, like Raspberry Pi or computers which can run the Linux or Windows. It is very easy to program, but very high cost. So we have the idea that is the hardware can be controlled as a web APIs. So the IoT systems, legacy system is the developer should create a firmware. This is the software running on the processor or the cloud soft or application soft. But our system organized provides the software on the processor and the cloud system. So the developer just create this application to control the hardware as an API. So Optimize is picking up the good points of both, the easy to program because the software can run on the cloud system. And firmware updating and cloud system are managed by us, so no need to manage. And our software can run on the very tiny and low price processors. Our business is selling our hardwares, including no XP licenses, around $50. And second one is we provide the subscription licenses on the cloud system, so user can use the hardware which developer want to use. And these products are for developers. If the customer has no software developers or hardware developers, we can we can build IoT entire system using openness. We have been sold over 10,000 hardware units and delivered to 300 and more companies almost in Japan. And we have some cases like indoor location and remote healthcare system. The indoor location is one of the good example of us. Currently, customers are using the gateways to collecting the beacon radiations, beacon data, and collecting and sending to the cloud system. But with our system, the gateway is a very low cost because the CPU is microprocessors. And the firmware-less technology let the developers more than just monitoring to add, and they can control the hardwares, not only monitoring. So we have competitors, the hardware side and cloud side. The very significant difference is we provide the firmware-less technologies. So our challenges is we become the standard OS and cloud in IoT region in the world. So this is the one like Windows and laptop. We'd like to become the same position in the IoT. So I and Kido is the co-founder of this company, and now we.
Thank you very much. Time is over.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much.
So judges, please start.
This is Norio Murakami.
Hi.
Of course, you know, as you mentioned, the current CPU and Aspire is not really powerful enough, but also existing competitor like NVIDIA introduced Jetson Nano, and the edge computing need kind of, as you mentioned, the heavy computing at the edge of the IoT. Your product Ovnits I cannot understand the detail of your Ovnits architecture to meet that requirement, the edge computing, the powerful, needs. Would you please briefly explain how you can meet that the computing power requirement?
We are focusing on the remote monitoring or other kind of systems. So the first answer is the customer cannot use for the highly power consumption edge computing system with OpenEye. So the image processing or other kind of technologies needs a very customized software running on the processors like Jetson Nano, but not all the IoT system requires the highly powered CPUs, like just monitoring the plants from the cloud system or just controlling the ceiling lights from your smartphones. These technologies doesn't require the highly integrated softwares, just controlling or just monitoring. It is very simple. So we are focusing on these regions on the IoTs, and if you create the very integrated image processing using the Jetson Nano, you may want to send the data to the cloud system. Then you need to create the software to communicate with the cloud system. If so, you can use our system combined with the Jetson Nano. So you can connect our hardware to the Jetson Nano, then you can control the Jetson Nano from the cloud system without creating a software. This is the second use cases of our system.
I see. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So I know Urbanize very much. So it's great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, really great system. So,
Thanks so much.
but it's really easy for software engineer. It's not hardware engineer. So, in culturally, do you have any idea to go into any open source project? Urbanize. How do you think about it?
Yeah, we are thinking to expose our software on the GitHubs and open sources because, this very related to our business models. If we'd like to sell the hardware and the cloud licenses, then the open source is very is bad for this business model. But so. Our final goal is the standard OS and globally for IoT systems. So for thinking about that, we are thinking exposing our software as open source.
Yeah, just as I said, you can get money from the cloud service, so you can make the OS.
Yes, right. Yes, right. Yes, exactly. Yes.
But in order to globalize it, do you need a menu of different use cases and solutions that you would also offer to to the end user so they would better utilize everything that you have to offer?
Yeah, we just providing the development tool for customers. So this is what you mentioned is the next our challenge. So we are just providing software like the first stage of the operating system like Windows and other kind of utilities, but we should provide the software. So if the customer cannot like the software, but want to use the IoT system or want to embed the IoT system on the hardware, we should provide the software on our cloud system. So, but not we are currently doing this, but we'd like to challenge in the next years.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. So thank you very much, Sato-san and the judges. So now we will take a small break. We will restart contest from 11 a.m. 6 minutes, 11 a.m. So please take a rest and relax, and please come back again at 11 o'clock. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome back Monozukuri Hardware Cup 2021. Hope you enjoy the relaxing time or have a drink. And now everybody ready to move to the next speaker. So next speaker, I introduce fourth speaker. Okay, sure. The fourth? No, fifth speaker. Sorry about the fifth speaker. So next speaker is Water Design Japan Ltd. Co-founder Natsumi Ito.
Hello, can you hear me?
Ito-san.
はい、大丈夫です。Can you hear me?
Okay, great. Yes, camera and mic is okay. So now we can see the slides. So please start your pitch.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Natsumi, co-founder and CMO of Water Design Japan. Have you experienced those slimy dirt around water pipe? This is called biofilm, and it could happen almost everywhere, such as hospital, factory, home, building, and most of the time it used to clean with chemical, which costs a lot of money and also bad for environment. But our solution is different. We use the technology called ultra fine bubble, which is the nano-sized bubble. It can stay in the water for more than 1 year, and it has cleaning effect. So why the bubble can have a cleaning effect is that the bubble cell is so small and it can go underneath the dirt cell to lift it up the dirt and to remove it from the bottom. An ultrafine bubble also known to have several other positive effects, such as coating effect, moisturizing effect, gas distillation, and growth promotion. But today I'd like to focus on talking about cleaning benefit. So how this is going to be a benefit for some places. It has been used for a hospital for the dialysis machine cleaning, and this was published at the Japan Dialysis Doctor Conference in 2019. And we were able to reduce the amount of chemical usage and also the frequency and also lifespan of the filter that they use. So as a result, we were able to achieve reducing by 80% of their maintenance cost. And also this is better for the patient and eco-friendly solution. So this is not just a cost saving, overall better solution. Introducing UFB Duo, the world's first ultrafine bubble generator nozzle. It got patent and it is approved as a water pipe. So for the home uses, you only need one nozzle and you can implement this right after the water meter so that all the water coming into your building or facility will all transform into ultrafine bubble. And we are not the only one trying to solve this cleaning issue with this ultrafine bubble technology, such as Toshiba and other company has released laundry machine, bathtub, shower head, many other consumer products. But UFB Duo is a nozzle type. It could use as a main pipe side. And for the power and maintenance and safety wise, it's a lot stronger. And it has been used more than 5,000 places in Japan, such as hospital, building, dentist, farming, many different places, mostly B2B. And right now we have several POC ongoing with many different industries, such as manufacture, beauty, medical. And we are growing organically and we are bootstrapped. And this year we are expecting more than $1 million sales this year. And right now we are seeking to expand globally and we are looking for a partner in global in these areas, agricultural, aquaculture, and building and medical for both cleaning and other benefit. If you're interested, I would like to discuss with you for the further discussion. And myself is a marketing and global expansion, and our CEO is Kazushi, a serial entrepreneur, and our product founder, he's a former CEO of Mitsubishi Chemical, Cleansley, has deep knowledge about water and engineering. And we want to bring this technology into a global scale to find more place to apply this technology because water problem could happen all around the world. So we have been going for exposing ourselves for the global scale, and we achieved a winner of the Startup World Cup last February, and we are going for the global final pitch in this November. And we also selected as a plug and play accelerating program as an IoT. Again, the tiny bubble to enrich our lives. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much. Judges, please start your questions.
This is Norio Murakami. The bubble, of course, should have something inside, gas or air or whatever. So do you expect any special gas, much effective for your purpose to clean up the, for example, the pipe. The ordinary atmosphere is fine, or do you have any ideas to increase your effectiveness of your ultra fine bubble mechanism?
So the current model that you just saw on a presentation, the way we generate the bubble is we use the existing bubble in a water. H2O contains some bubble. So we use those to transform into ultrafine bubble size. And we can also make a gas version, which can inject different type of gas. And some people will be maybe interested in like using different type of gas, and that will be some other research with our research partners. Does that answer
So
my
you mentioned your current product only use the atmosphere or air or whatever the original liquid originally has. My understanding is correct?
Yes, that's the current version you saw in our presentation, and we can also custom made for the gas type version, which is completely different look. So we could both way.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
This is Paul. I just want to get some additional clarification. So this is something, I mean, is it primarily for more precision related applications, you know, in the medical area? Now you talked about, you know, for use at home. Is that something that you generally use to maintain the pipes? I mean, what do you do in the event that there's blockage or clogs in the pipes? Is it effective then?
Yes, so we tested with the station bathroom water pipe. Sometimes like for the busy station, it could clog like a union stone with the busy station. And a lot of like building, they have to clean every once in a year, and it costs a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And what we are trying to do is reduce the amount of chemical that they use or the frequency of their cleaning. So for the long term, they don't have to clean every time with a lot of chemicals. So it will be better for the cost-wise better, and also environmental friendly solution-wise, less chemical. So it's better at that way as well.
So it's best to put it in when they first develop the infrastructure, when they first put in the pipes and things of that sorts, then after.
That would be the better, but we also use for a renovation too. We have a lot of partner who's using for the renovation for home or like apartment building, many type. So we could do both. But if they want to extend the lifespan of the water pipe for the future, then that will be better if they first build the construction.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I get just simple question? How is the comparison with current version regarding the durability and the cost? I just wondering about that.
So the current model you saw on a presentation, that's the 20A 20 millimeter pipe size one, and mostly used for home uses. And the open price for that is US dollar of 4,900.
How the compare with the ordinary one?
Other like other company product?
Yeah.
So there's no exact same product, but there are other like ultrafine bubble related products such as laundry machine or bathtub or shower head. And let's say if the customer wants to use all those products to make as many ultrafine bubble related product at your home, that will be more than 100万円.
Oh,
and
I guess,
like,
I guess that would be the external system, right?
Yes. Yes, but ours is like change from the main water pipe. So they don't have to even change the laundry machine or a bathtub and have like another construction or anything like that. And those product might break or like they have to replace after like 10 years or so, but our approved as a water supply, so it's same as water pipe. So in a way, you don't really change water pipe every 10 years or so when you build the house or building. So it'll be the same use.
Yeah, that's really your original and great approach. So it's the durability. The 10-year is enough for house uses. I don't know the kind of category.
In Japan, 10 years is the recommended year that we suggest, but we think people could use more than that because it's approved as a water pipe, so it's same as a water pipe. So as long there's nothing like sand or some dirt coming in to prevent damage the nozzle, then we ask the client to use the filter before that. But other than that, it should be okay and maintenance free.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Time is over. Thank you very much, judges, and Ito-san.
Thank you so much.
We move to the next speakers. Next speaker is Edgecortex Inc. founder and CEO, Dr. Satyasingha Dasgupta.
Thank you. You should be seeing my face now, and hope you can hear my voice.
Yes, please start.
Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen. Hello, everyone. I'm Sakya Dasgupta, founder and CEO of Edgecortex, and thank you for this opportunity to present about our company. We were founded in late 2019 in Tokyo and Singapore, and recently we have also entered the US market. At Edgecortex, we are the inventors of a next generation runtime reconfigurable artificial intelligence processor, specially designed with the mission to bring nearly cloud level performance for low cost, real time and high energy efficiency AI applications directly on edge devices. So why did we even design a special AI processor for edge computing? In order to answer that question, let's look at the history of computing. It is somewhat like a pendulum, periodically swinging between what one would call centralized architectures and decentralized or distributed architectures. And we think with edge computing, the pendulum is once again swinging towards distributed architecture of many interconnected devices, just like we also heard from another company, Omnits, accelerated further with technologies like 5G. Unlike the centralized cloud computing, which is high cost, non-real time, requires high power, and typically provides low privacy, the edge computing space offers lower cost of operation, real-time processing of data at low power, and with fundamentally better privacy control. Moreover, if you look at the image on the right side, the amount of data that is generated directly on
Excuse me, I interrupt you. Sorry, I cannot see your slide.
Oh. Okay, well, let me try that once again.
Now we can see, so we start a stopwatch again. Yes. Please.
Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. Are you able to see the first slide?
We can see the slides, yes.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, so let me start once again. Introducing myself once again, I'm Sakya Dasgupta, founder and CEO of Edgecortex, and thank you for this opportunity to present about our company. As I was mentioning, we were founded in late 2019 in Tokyo and Singapore, and recently we also entered the US market. At Edgecortex, we are the founders and inventors of a next generation runtime reconfigurable AI processor, specially designed with the mission to bring cloud level performance directly on edge devices, and largely targeting low cost, real time and high energy efficiency directly on those devices. So the question really is, why did we even design a special AI processor for edge computing? And repeating myself once again, but fundamentally, if you, in order to answer that question, let's look at the history of computing. And it's somewhat like a pendulum, periodically swinging between what one would call centralized architectures and decentralized or distributed architectures, like you see in the graph here. And these distributed architectures are of many interconnected devices, similar to the company that we just heard, Obnets, who are building IoT devices. This is further accelerated with technologies like 5G. Unlike the centralized cloud computing, which is higher cost, non-real time, requires high power, and typically provides low privacy, the edge computing space offers lower cost of operation, real-time processing and data at lower power, and fundamentally better privacy control. Moreover, if you take a close look at the amount of data that is generated directly on the edge devices, it is multiple zettabytes. That's like billions of terabytes more than what exists at the data center. This is creating a huge opportunity for AI applications, given that data really is the currency that drives learning nowadays. However, since today's AI models are extremely compute hungry, with traditional CPUs and GPUs type hardware, you cannot directly bring them to the edge devices. They were not really designed for these AI models. As such, as a company, we solve this problem by bringing to market our specialized AI processor architecture. Named as the Dynamic Neural Accelerator, it is a uniquely designed processor to process embedded AI applications directly on the edge device. Especially autonomous driving is a key market segment, among others like Industry 4.0, robotics, healthcare, similar applications to what we heard in the beginning today, drones, smart cameras, etc. In case of a self-driving car, a single chip with a DNA processor can handle multiple AI models simultaneously with all the sensor data on board the device. And we do this with the ability to reconfigure DNA at runtime, with high throughput and low latencies needed for real-time processing, and the ability to handle high-resolution data with more than 10 times better energy efficiency as compared to GPUs today. This also provides nearly 100 times better total cost of ownership. Our business model is hardware as a service, along with licensing of our processor architecture, IP, for AI domain-specific chip design. We provide this along with a robust software stack that works seamlessly with standard machine learning frameworks. We started with $5 million in seed funding, and we are already generating revenue with customers using DNA IP on Xilinx FPGAs today, along with our products also available on the Nimbix high-performance computing marketplace and the Xilinx App Store, offering subscriptions of our technology to customers worldwide. Backed with our patented technology and a tested business model, we are on a mission to bring efficient intelligence to all devices. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So judges, please start your questions.
This is Norio Murakami. When do you expect or plan to switch from current version of FPGA to this, I don't know, silicon-based or the kind of a real chip model?
Sure. Thank you for the question. So we already have right now the chip being taped out with TSMC, relatively semi-advanced process node, and we expect it to be available in the market by end of this year or earliest by Q1 of 2021.
The second question is that there are so many, competitors, particularly big GAFA type of, giant, spending tons of money to develop totally similar, a solution to this, AI, right? The many, neural network oriented chipset is coming.
Sure.
How do you, differentiate your solution from them?
Sure, absolutely. I think there are two fundamental differences. The first one is, of course, the business model. And we as a company, we are not in the business of selling the chips directly. And just to clarify, we are creating the chip largely for demonstration purposes that allows us to keep the cost of creating the chips lower and our total OPEX operational cost of the company low. And our business model is hardware as a service. So we are essentially providing that IP similar to what you would say to a company like ARM, with a razor-sharp focus on AI processor technology. So that's the fundamental difference that differentiates us from, let's say, other chip companies. So our direct clients and customers are OEMs, tier ones, as well as other semiconductor companies. The second biggest difference is in the technology itself. It's a runtime reconfigurable architecture that allows you to, unlike any other system that exists today, it allows you to essentially make changes to the AI model directly on the device itself. And that's a fundamental requirement because, even today, we don't have AI models fixed for applications. They are evolving and changing all the time. So we expect that, let's say, a car for, in the very near future, if it has one of our embedded chips, we don't expect the AI models to be static. We expect that those AI models will be trained and retrained and they'll change. And the chip itself should be able to handle that even after it has been fabricated. So those are the two fundamental differences that drives us, compared to our competitors.
I see. Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Thank you for your presentation. So I'd like to know about your technology. So who had the essential technology of this DNA?
We invented, so DNA or dynamic neural accelerator is our patented technology, already patented in Japan and patent pending in the US right now. Mm-hmm. It's essentially a runtime reconfigurable architecture that allows you to run neural network models on essentially any kind of devices. And the closest comparison are CPUs or GPUs. There is a category of chips called ASICs. These are called application-specific integrated circuits. And our design is for ASICs. But because it's an IP, you can also run it on FPGAs. And that's how we have created the first prototypes and working with clients now.
Mm-hmm. So I just take your LinkedIn.
Sure.
So I think you are not the professional of the silicon designer. So I just want to ask that who had the silicon technology, your CTO or your members or your partners?
Okay, that's a great question. So yeah, so my background is, of course, I have spent a large number of years in companies like Microsoft, IBM Research, and I used to be a research scientist at IBM Research. And it's true that we haven't worked directly on, I haven't taped out chips myself, but we have built a strong team of engineers with capable technologies, which has allowed us to get to market very quickly. And the second fundamental difference is the opinion that we take is chip design is not so much about hardware now. It is more about co-design between software and hardware. So we took the approach that in order to create domain-specific chips like AI applications, you really need to start first looking at the AI models that you're going to accelerate them for. And for that, you need to understand the internals of neural networks. I'll just give a simple example that traditional processors like CPUs are von Neumann architectures. They are control-centric, whereas a neural network has literally no control. They're data flow-based. And that allowed us to create chips specifically targeting those kind of models.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, judges. So we move to the next speaker. Next speaker is Langless CEO, Kana Yamairibata. Yamairibata-san.
Hi.
Is okay. Okay, we can see your slide and then your voice. Okay, please start.
Okay. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Going beyond verbal communication with heart rate analysis. Hello, everybody. This is Kana from Langless. Pets are not able to communication with us humans through words. It is impossible for us to know exactly what they are feeling right now. In addition, pets hide their health problems, so there is a risk that pets may become seriously ill without their owners noticing. We Langless wish to achieve a world where we make global decisions together with animals with technologies. In order to achieve this vision, we developed with empathy, which monitors the physical and mental state of pets. The device is based on patented technology in Japan and the US, which can collect data such as heart rate, heart sound, and RRI. We can show the owner how the pet is feeling from happy, interested, relaxed, excited, and stressed in real time. We developed this device with support from vets and trainers through R&D with several hundred pets. This technology is similar to Apple Watch and Garmin, but for pets. Here's a movie.
っと怖いところもありましたね。その自分たちが操られたらどうしようっていう、勝手にこっちはそのレッスンとか嫌いなのかなって思ってたら、本当に緑だのレインボーも出たりして、そうだったのっていう感じでした。
正直僕はドッグトレーナーなので、例えば今すごく喜んでいる、あと今はすごくストレスを感じているっていうのは僕は見たら分かるんですけど、一般の飼い主さんってそこら辺が分からないことが多くて、今なんで吠えてるんだかもううるさいわーって言ってちょっとパニックになってしまったりとか、そういうケースってやはりすごく多いです。やはり目に見えて今はリラックスできているな、今はすごく楽しんでくれているんだなっていうのが、すごい変化が目に見えて分かるというのは、飼い主さんにとっては本当にすごくなんかプラスに働くんだなっていうことが実感できました。
So we have provided this device to 1,500 users in Japan up till today. By selling, we discovered a deeper pain. When a pet dies, the owner may think, if only I had known about this owner. The leading case of death for dogs and cats and heart-related deaths. Early detection of these can save your pet's life. Therefore, our next challenge is developing a new model that detects heart-related disorders from the heartbeat through color type. We help pets communicate through our hardware and support their daily life with subscription model. The global pets market is said to be over $200 billion in 2025. There are over 400 million pets at the US, China, Japan, and some of the main markets. We will bring empathy to the pets of the world. Our vital data of pets is very precious, so we would like to provide this to corporate academia to accelerate their R&D as well. All for the realization of the true quality of life for people and animals. Thanks.
Thank you very much for your pitch. So judges, please start your questions.
This is Norio Murakami.
Hi.
I don't know my understanding is correct or not. Your device only monitoring the heartbeat of animal. In this case, your presentation's case, a dog. Am I correct?
Sorry, this is Momoto, also part of the Langlist team. I would like to support the Q&As of that. Yes, at current stage, the Inopathy device collects heart rates and RRI information from the dogs itself. The uniqueness of it is that it collects the data above the fur, and therefore it allows, it doesn't have, you don't have to shave the fur off to gather that information set. Also, because it's all a real-time device itself, Langlist team has the data sets to analyze that in real time to showcase the actual emotions of the dog itself. But currently, yes, it's only towards dogs.
Okay, then how did you confirm that your, identification of the feeling of dog is the match to the certain pattern or the heartbeat? How did you measure or correct?
Yes, it is a very, very typical question that we get. Throughout our R&D process, we've been able to conduct a lot of R&Ds with more than several hundred dogs within the world. And how we do it is that we make a hypothesis of what kind of situation the dog itself would be either happy, stressed out, or feeling in a certain manner, and gathering the heart rates from various dogs. So it's more of a try and error A/B test type of work that we've been doing for more than 4 or 5 years before we even started the company itself.
Thank you.
very, very typical type would be, you know, when you share when the dog would have when you share the dog of when to eat, right? They have a heartbeat of emotion to be fairly happy. So that's where we identify that as being happy and identify similar heartbeats as well.
Yeah, I have a question. Do you know, so you're working right now with dogs. Do you have a roadmap to go beyond dogs? I mean, because it seems like this could be applied to human beings maybe one day.
Yes, thank you very much. So as Gana-san was saying in several slides, the next step for us is to go into cats, which we see a very, very similar needs within the pet owners itself, but also in market opportunities. The problem with the current device itself is because it's a harness type, the cats don't want to put it on top. So therefore we're creating a collar type that detects the same information, but is more usability friendly for cats as well. For human usage and purposes, we do want to go for people with some sort of disabilities or some people that don't have the opportunity to share their feelings. So to use this device to be able to do so.
Thank you.
Can I ask technical question? Yeah.
Please do.
So you're detecting RRI by using the sound. So I guess it might be using the HRV approach. So how the accuracy? I just curious about the accuracy. So using the sound, the dog, of course, pet had a hair, body hair. So how is the accuracy detecting the HRV? RRI. So do you have any comparison result?
Yes, so regards to the HRV results itself, we've been able to conduct, we've been able to do a comparison with, how do you say Shinden's information? So Shinden's, using Shinden's, so medical device information compared with Unipathy itself. And we've been able to see more than 90% of accuracy towards that information. We can share the data on the back end if needed, but since we've been able to compare with medical devices that's been used on everyday ground, that's where we see the opportunity for also Unipathy to be part of this whole medic part as well.
Mm-hmm. Just say about as a medical tool, so the accuracy requirement is maybe more higher. Is that right?
Very true. So currently we are finalizing ways in how to make this fully a medical device equipment, but we may need to have a little bit more R&D aspect of it. But we haven't been, honestly speaking, we haven't been able to go into deeply of how much we need to enhance that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So now we introduce the last speaker of Monozukuri Hardware Cup 2021. Next speaker is Waku Waku CEO Yoichi Yanase. Yanase-san.
Hi.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Great. We can see your slides, so please start it.
Okay. I'm Yanase from Waku Waku. I will explain about ICO. Team member Ruhira is with me. ICO is service to watch over together and make time for child care person. 290,000 people every year. This is the number of working moms who have pain. Their pain is that they don't have their own time. We will solve this problem. The solution is the application and the device worn by the baby. The device gets the baby's data. The application visualizes the baby's situation from the data. The device has 3 sensors. It can monitor baby's breathing, temperature, and heart rate. It is sized so that it cannot be accidentally swallowed or desktop. The application for child care person will tell you in real time if your baby is safe. It also has the ability to predict your baby's sleeping time, so you can plan your hour time. If you want to leave your baby to someone else, this application is useful. This application allows you to know the status of your baby online. This is market size. Right side is a global market. Left side is a Japanese market. The global smart baby monitor market will be $1.18 billion. It is expanding at a rate of 8.4% every year. The Japanese market has not yet been home for general users. The only situation is that there is only a nursery nap service market. Competitor advantage, our product is the right lane. What sets ICCO apart from its competitor is that it has a user experience that also improves the quality of life for mothers. First of all, we will enter for the Japanese nursery market. Meet the annual replacement demand of 10,000 units owned by partners companies. The business model is selling device and app. We have received many messages of support from the nursery school we are actually using. The team, experts with different skills are joining ICCO. I'm father with 3 children and the founder of the service. Furuhira, he is a leading engineer of IoT device.
Thank you very much. Now time is over, so please stop your pitches. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judges, please start to ask your question.
I'll start off. I guess if the market is large enough, do you see other competitors companies like Apple Watch or Garmin? They could add a lot of this type of functionality if they determine that the baby market is attractive enough. But does your product still have things to differentiate from some of those competitors?
So hardware is many function, and this hardware that
so this device can take the heart rate at the throat. So he gonna show you how to equip the device. So this style is very original from other companies because other companies have to equip at their leg, neck, or or like a watch style. So this is very original, and also only this device supports so many functions like breathing, body temperature, sleeping posture, and also heart rate. And the price is much less than other companies, like if these functions, all of them inside in this device.
I see. Thank you.
This is Norio Murakami. What communication method does your product use? Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or others? Which one do you use?
Use the Bluetooth, the Wi-Fi, and the LTE.
LTE as well. Oh, I see. Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I think this kind of product is it has a huge problem because it's uncomfortable for the target user. I mean that, so you have a multiple target users, target the children, and also the mother and the others, other adults. So how do you plan to solve that kind of issue? Do you have any plan? Or also spend any effort to development?
I may try the baby the no watch. Cannot see the.
Actually, the baby cannot see this device when they put on their throat. So the baby doesn't care about it.
But they feel the weight and also maybe touching inside? No?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I guess the baby remove it and throw it.
But so far, it was never happened. So maybe this should be okay.
Okay. I just imagine about my children. Yep, thank you.
Okay, now is the time. Thank you very much, Yanase-san and judges. So now we've finished all the pitches. First, all speakers, well done. Judges, please enter the room, Zoom breakout room. And then please decide today's winners. Speakers, please wait for a bit.
What should we?
Yeah, how do we do this?
You will get the link, judges. Did you receive it? Not yet. Please wait. Now staff send an invitation, so please wait. And after you get the invitation, please click it and then enter the breakout room. Kuzuryu-san, you haven't received it?
No, not yet.
Not yet, okay. Great. So now staff check that all the judges enter the breakout room. So while we are waiting the judgments, our sponsors has a speech. So first, our sponsor, Kyoto Research Park Corporation, Managing Director Shigekata
Mizuno has a speech. Please come here.
Okay. Hi. My name is Mizuno. I'm Managing Director of Kyoto Research Park. I enjoyed the presentation of Monozukuri startups. Now, I will make a brief presentation about KRP, Kyoto Research Park. KRP is a redevelopment project of an ex-gas factory and the only private research park in Japan, maybe in the world. We have 17 buildings, and East Block was completed 32 years ago. And we are still constructing on West Block, and now the newest number 10 building has completed this month. And we have 480 companies and organizations, and daytime population is 4,500. And that consists of many kinds of sectors. And there is public support institutions of Kyoto Prefecture and Kyoto cities. And so that make one-stop service center of Kyoto. We don't only run real estate business, but also we contribute to generating new businesses and industries from Kyoto. And we provide laboratories and office spaces, many kinds of office spaces, and service office with secretary services are called BizNext. And also we support conference services. And the biggest one has 300 seats for competition. And we support activities for generating activities for young people aiming to be a startup. There is a Tamariba adjacent to this conference room. The students and young people can make presentation and encounter, connect, brush up their ideas, and they can make an event for free, and the participants can eat and drink there for smooth communication in the evening. And so this is a Miyako Kigyo at KRP. It's an entrepreneurship club. So baseball club, the students play baseball, and soccer club, like playing soccer. So they, at the entrepreneurship, people, students to be entrepreneurs and start their businesses. We hold twice a month, and they have already, 3 companies have already started their business in just 2 years since its establishment in 2018. And they got more than 10 hours, like finalist at SMBC 2021 and the grand prize at the Sony Startup Acceleration Program. And we hold a healthcare venture conference, Kyoto, here at KRP. It's a global matching platform between global companies and healthcare ventures. And more than 20 ventures of life science aspiring to expand their business globally make presentation in English. That were held July 2nd this year. And we are now inviting speakers and partners. So please visit the site. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mizuno-san. Next, our sponsor, Monozukuri Nihon Kaigi, Executive Director Tadashi Fujimoto has a speech. Fujimoto-san, are you here?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear your voice and I can see your face. Yes,
yeah.
Please start it.
Thank you. And hi, everyone. I'm Fujimoto from Monozukuri Nihon Kaigi, the Japan Manufacturing Industry Forum. Thank you for having me today. So let me share the slides with you. At first, let me introduce our organization. I guess you haven't heard the name of Monozukuri Nihon Kaigi, but heard just about Nihon Kaigi, a right-wing political organization. And our Monozukuri Nihon Kaigi was established 2007, supported by Nikkan Kogyo Shimbun, the daily business and technology news, in order to promote Japan's monozukuri industries and encourage sustained social and business growth through manufacturing. A number of sponsor members is around 100, including Toyota, Honda, Hitachi, Canon, Asahi Kasei, Sumitomo Chemical, Toray, Yasukawa Electric, NIDO. NIDO is a medical research funding agency, Fujitsu NEC, and so on. Next, about our activity programs. Number one, holding seminars and symposium regarding manufacturing or technology, especially in digital transformation or mobility to our sponsor members. Sometimes we give lectures for general public. Number two, an award program named Chomonozukuri Buhin Taisho, or the Monozukuri Grand Prize for industrial parts. It's probably one and only award in Japan because it focuses on industrial parts and materials. And number three, Monozukuri Taikan Stadium, a workshop for kids getting interested in manufacturing, science, and technology. Next slide. Let's see more detail in each program. Regarding seminars, we hold over 40 lectures in a year. These two seminars on the slide can also be great help for startups or entrepreneurs, I think. The left example titled New Technology Trend and Business Model in the After-COVID World was given by Anis-san, CEO of Silicon Valley Venture Capital, Pegasus Tech Ventures, which is the organizer of Startup World Cup. And the right one is a seminar covering CES 2021 by Aoki-san from DBJ, Development Bank of Japan. For your information, we have internet links for both lecture videos and articles in this slide deck. I just posted the link of this material to the Zoom and the YouTube chat box so that you can download it. Next is about Monozukuri Grand Prize. Of course, non-member companies, including startups, can apply for the award. Next, well, sorry. We've been holding Taiken Stadium workshop for 10 years in Tokyo area. Every time it got huge attention from kids and their parents. Let me show you some videos of Taiken Stadium. Can you hear the sound of the video?
Unfortunately, no. Fujimoto-san, unfortunately,
I'm afraid I have to stop the video because I don't have much time. Sorry. And at the end of this presentation, I'd like to highlight the importance of startups in the society and economy. Probably, you know, Tesla and SpaceX in the US and BioNTech, which created the COVID vaccine in Germany. These are super startups and definitely change the world. I'm quite sure that Japanese startups can have each opportunity develop their business in the worldwide market and grow rapidly through hardware technology. On top of that, I would say collaboration between startups and large corporations are crucial, like BioNTech and Pfizer. We've sponsored the Hardware Cup for 2 years because we do believe hardware startups have the potential for changing the world. Let's move on together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fujimoto-san. So next, our sponsor, 京都信用金庫、直木竹口 has a speech. 直木さん。Please start your speech. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Naoki Takeguchi from Kyoto Shinkin Bank. Congratulations on your participation in the final selection. We are delighted to hold the Monozukuri Hardware Cup. The Kyoto Shinkin Bank is a cooperative financial institution. Our business areas are Kyoto, Shiga, and North Osaka. Our basic philosophy is to contribute to development of members, local residents, and local communities. As a community bank, we believe our social mission is to make a new connection and people's mind in the local community through financial service. We build medium to long-term fiduciary relationship and work to build up local bond with local residents through financial proposal and cooperation support for business partners in daily business activities and detailed customer service at stores. I'm looking forward to making future connections through the Monozukuri Hardware Cup. Best wishes for your success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So at the end, our sponsor, 株式会社クロステックマネジメント、鉄平江口ハザースピーチ。江口さん。
Hello, I'm not Eguchi. I'm Ms. Okuda speaking on behalf of our CrossTech management today. Oh, sorry. Okay, can you see the slide now?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I hope you don't see the. Okay. Did you see this? Did you see the full screen?
I cannot see the screen. I just can't see the URL.
Okay.
Yes, please finish within 3 minutes. So sorry.
Okay, I'll be quick. Hello, this is Ria Okuda. I'm talking on behalf of CrossTech Management today. I'll be quick. And CrossTech Management is funded by 4 organizations. The main player is Kyoto University of Arts, and cooperated with other business players like Dentsu, the biggest advertisement agency. Our main purpose here is to accelerate the field of hardware through technology and human-centric design. To achieve the goal, the university and private companies work together in open innovation style. Our source of innovation is one, the fresh ideas that comes from powerful ideas that comes from young art and tech savvy students, which is always very powerful enough to even the business workers are amazed. 2, the business partners, of course, if who has innovative technology or services and know much about the market needs. 3, we have the prototyping factory called Ultra Factory in university. The factory brings the idea into reality. And this is a picture of the factory. And the factory is declaring that anything imaginable is possible. The studio is equipped with all kinds of machines, tools, technical staff for metal, wood, resin processing, silk screening, and digital modeling, and is full of possibilities for expanding the range of creation. Let me give live example about the real project that we do with within the CrossTech management. Our client is called Architect. It's Osaka-based startup company. Let me show out real quick. This is a short movie.
ネドと株式会社ソシオネクスト、
It's only in Japanese.
株式会社トヨタ自動食器はこうしたエッジデバイス処理の課題を解決するため AI 認識処理を高精度かつ低電力で行うハイブリッド量子化ディープニューラルネットワーク技術、各種画像処理を高速に並列実行可能な進化型仮想エンジンアーキテクチャ技術 AIPE および AIPE 上で並列して動作可能なリアルタイムスラム処理ライブラリを開発しました。これらの技術を取り入れた進化型低消費電力 AI HLSI を試作して評価した結果、AI 認識処理と画像処理において汎用 GPU と比較し、それぞれ10倍以上の電力効率化に成功しました。自立走行台車のリアルタイムスラムの自己位置推定処理においては、汎用 CPU と比較して20分の1という処理時間の短縮を達成しました。これらの技術により、エッジにおける AI 画像認識処理において、低消費電力化と低コスト化、リアルタイム性の両立を可能にしました。トヨタ自動車評価中の自立モバイルロボット、AirT の動画をお見せします。高精度の自己位置推定。
Okay, so this was the example of how their technology is deployed. It's autonomous driving. Well, as I showed in a video, they have like real brilliant AI edge computing chip technology that works very low power, tiny, very cheap, but can do a lot more calculation than existing chip. Because it can do very much, the company could not come up with a dramatic idea to fully utilize the technology. So what we do is we started a project team to team up the client and university students as one team to come up with our solid idea of our future smart city. In that future smart city, we have like solid product idea of our smart city and also mobility to make this image of the future city even brighter. And we are also planning to do crowdfunding to make one prototyping product, which is made in our Ultra factory, of course. So to finish up, I talk about what we can do. This is our new product and service development support. This is an example that I just talked. And two, we can also do the coordination of co-creation partners. We have like a wide range of networks with including our expertise of traditional art and craft professionals in Kyoto, sorry. And we can do consulting and direction art. And we also can do human resource development and training. So thank you very much. This is the end of the presentation. If you think of anything we can work together, please let us know. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Okuda-san. So now I received the results. So finally, judges have decided today's winners. So, okay, right, okay. So I start to call from third place. So today's third place winner is Cyborg, now Nitta. Nitta-san, could you turn on your camera?
Oh, yes, I am here.
Yes.
Oh, thank
Congratulations.
you. Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
So, Yuichiro, could you give comments to you?
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Congratulations, the third prize. And so I just making some short comment. And the good point is you're focusing issue. So issue is early cancer, detecting how that detected earlier and higher efficiency. And so that's a good point and focusing on. And also you have some hardware patent. That's really nice. And it will be the strongest point. But so bad point is you're the total system. So we can understand the total system, but it's from just only from your presentation. So we cannot enough, and we cannot understand about your focus. What is a strong point, and also as you know, in this area there's many competitors. Also university and also so overseas many companies. So we want to you have to say so focusing on what is the strongest point. I think it would be the hardware side and also your patent. What is the difference? What is for example the higher speed of control or accuracy or something like that. So it will be the point that you have to improve the presentation, and also in the business side, so and also company side, if you get more fund after all. So if so you have to focusing on the hardware development side. So just my recommendation. So because it's difference, make clear difference between the competitors. Just the recommendation, and also congratulations again.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for your advice. So I'm going to improve my pitch and be ready for the Pittsburgh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Again, congratulations.
So next, second place winner. Second place winner is Magic Shields. Hiroshi Shimomura. Shimomura-san, please turn on your camera and mic.
Hi.
Hello, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So Norio Murakami gives a comment to you.
Okay. The congratulations on your second place. As a old enough guy, I should be careful not to, fall down on hard floor. If I have your product, I don't need to, be too much careful working in my house. Comment or suggestion for you to go to a final competition worldwide. As my scientific and engineering major background always ask me to ask you some the understandable the physics or dynamic behind your product. I had a difficulty to really understand why this one can absorb the shock. You explained well with some model of your mechanism, but please try to improve a little, not too much detail, but the concise but clear, understandable explanation of your product, of which has kind of a scientific the dynamics underneath. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah.
I will change the papers and scripts in the next chance, and we will definitely reduce the fractures of the art. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done, Shimomura-san. So I'm very excited to call today's first place. So today's first place winner is Water Design Japan, Natsumi Ito. Ito-san, please turn on your mic and the camera.
Hi.
Hi, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Paul Yonamine gives the comments to you.
Okay.
Paul-san.
Yeah, so once again, congratulations, Ito-san, and the rest of your team members in your organization. I think all the judges were very impressed first with your presentation, which is going to be very important when you go to Pittsburgh, and then also we were very impressed with the fact that you can achieve this type of cleanliness, in the homes and healthcare, other precision applications, for water pipes and so forth and so on, using invisible bubbles without gas and also using normal water pressure. There was a comment, we thought it was also a very Japanese offering, that will be well represented in Pittsburgh. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be announced as the first winner, and I think achieving like this makes our team thinks that like you guys and the whole world like we have more potential, and we believe the same because we want to find more places where this technology should be used and should use for the benefit what we are looking for, because the water problem could happen not just in Japan but more worse problem happening in over world. So thank you so much, and I hope we'll do better for the global pitch as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So finally, let's hear the review from the main judge, Paul Yonamine-san. So Paul-san, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again. And, I want to offer my thanks again to the organizers, Monozukuri Ventures, and also to Dentsu as well. And again, it was a real honor to have an opportunity to be a judge along with Mr. Murakami and Mr. Kuzuryu as well. This was also my first time to ever be a judge for an event like this, but I was really looking forward to it because as many of you know, the United States, if you were to select a couple areas that the US is very strong at, one is in the area of finance and another is in the area of software. But clearly Japan is very strong in manufacturing, in Monozukuri. And I thought it was a wonderful opportunity to feature Japanese companies, in the heart of manufacturing in the United States, like in a place like Pittsburgh, to see what kind of synergies can eventually occur between manufacturing and software and finance, as well. I think a lot of collaboration between the US and Japan can really yield some great offerings, not just for the two countries, but for the world. So, I really hope that, starting with water design, many of you who have opportunities to go to the United States, that you'll present it and, represent Japan very well. And I'm really looking forward to, to your success and seeing more bilateral opportunities between companies and investors on both sides of the ocean. So thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Yonamine-san, and thank you very much for all judges. So that's all for today. So thank you very much for joining Monozukuri Hardware Cup 2021. Today's final winner will join the Hardware Cup online from USA. It means all audience, all people can watch the final cup easily. So when the registration form is opened, Monozukuri Ventures homepage and the Monozukuri Ventures SNS, Facebook, Twitter shows the registration form. So please sign up and then let's see the final cup. So now we are closing this conference. Again, thank you very much for all speakers, judges, and all audience. See you on 2022, next year's conference. Thank you very much.